When you first bring up the Worldwide Telescope application, this is probably what you'll see. If you read the hints in this dialog box, it'll give you an idea of how to manipulate the program. I'm going to close that. Notice that we're seeing just some generic stars in the sky, nothing exciting. I'm going to go over here to the left-hand corner of the screen, in the bottom, where it says Look At, and I'm going to pick Sky, because solar system is not what we want to look at in this case. Okay, so now I see what looks to be like the horizon. I've got directions, and I also have lines which are constellation boundaries. Now if we follow along in the description of the laboratory activity, it says that we should go to the View tab, which is at the top, click that, and set up a location. I'm going to click the Setup button, go over here to longitude 0, latitude -10, and I'll call it West Africa. Okay, and I'll hit OK on that. I'm not concerned about the elevation. And view from this location. Now we're going to go to the Explorer tab, click Solar System and the Sun. The display will pan to where the Sun is in the sky in West Africa at this moment. Okay. But we're not interested in this current time, so we're going to go back to the View pane and hit the Pause button, which is right over here underneath where it says Real Time. So now I've paused the display. I want to go up to Observing Time and set the time, which they say was September 22nd, 2006. So I'm going to increment this year down here. September is your month 9. 22nd, that would have been one day less than today. Okay. The time was 10 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. Universal time, see UTC is checked. Okay, I'm going to apply that. Okay, and then I'll hit OK. Now this is a pretty large scale view of the Sun. If you look down on the lower right hand part of the screen, you'll see some numbers down here. This is your viewing field of view. Also note over here you've got the Virgo constellation, and you see the constellation boundary here. So we can use the page up or page down keys to zoom in or zoom out. If I do page down, I zoom in. Notice that the numbers at the bottom of the screen are decreasing. I want to go page up then a couple times until I get to about 2 degrees. Something like that. That's close enough. Alright, now we want to do the time flow controls and set those to be about 10,000 times faster than real time. So now if I go up to the upper right hand part of the screen and click the double arrow, notice that it's now going times 10. You can see the moon's just barely creeping into the Sun. If I go click again, that's times 100. Click one more time, now it's moving faster. Notice I can pause it at any time. So I'll pause it. And you can see that the moon is just kind of taking a glancing slice out of the Sun. You can keep going if we want. View it all the way through the eclipse. And we can look at the times up here, so we can tell when it started in its eclipse and when it finished, so we can time the eclipse that way. So that should get you going on part A. You can answer the questions about the penumbra and the umbra by looking at what's in the text. Now for part B, it says set the time flow, or reset the time to 10 o'clock universal time. So I'm going to go back up here and reset the time to 10 o'clock. Apply. Okay, now we're back to where we started. Now I want to view it from a different longitude and latitude. Well, actually the same longitude. I'm going to go back up to Setup, and now we're going to click minus 31. So I have my minus 31 there, and this would be further to the south. So I can hit OK. Now notice if we play again, we've already got it set for X1000, okay, and it's paused. So let's just hit the play button now and watch it go through its okay, I guess I have to hit this fast forward. There's times 10, there's times 100. Notice how it's going times 1000. I'm going to stop it when it gets in the middle, like there. Now you can tell me what kind of an eclipse that is. If you want to keep going, then you can time the eclipse. Alright. Okay, so that's part B. You can answer questions about the moon's shadow from your understanding of how eclipses work. Part C, we're going to go to Mexico City, Mexico. So I'm going to go over to Setup. Now Mexico City is a major city, so we can pick that off of the list on this left-hand part of the box here. Go down here, they're in alphabetical order by country. So Mexico City, there it is. Click that, say OK. Now we have to set the time to July 11th, 1991. So I'm going to go back up here to observing time. 1991, I'll just type that in. July 11th, that's month 7. 11 here. And the time was 1700 hours universal time. Remember, universal time is the time in Greenwich, England, and that's defined as longitude 0. Okay. Alright, so now we're ready to view this eclipse. Let's use the time flow controls and view the eclipse. So if we go real time, okay, now I'm going to hit times 10, times 100, and I'll get ready to pause it when it goes total, right? It looks like it's going to go total, right? So watch. When I hit pause, oh, now I just missed it. So now I'm going to go back to real time, or times 10. I'm going to reverse it, going very slowly, but as soon as it goes into totality, you'll be able to see the corona, right? That's something that everybody wants to see when you're in an eclipse. Going pretty slowly here. Maybe I'll click one more time. There it is. Okay, so now you can use the time manipulation controls to make it go forward or backward and time the eclipse, and in general answer the questions in the lab. I hope that helps, folks.